Alright, Shalom Akim, Shalom Yasharallah. First off, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakah HaKodash. Give me double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone for teaching us this truth. Much love to you brothers out there pushing this work in sincerity and in truth. Alright? You know, and I'm going to be going into being a brother, you know. Right now, these times, man, you know, things are escalating, and Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai controls the left-handed spirits as well as the right-handed spirits. All right, and those left-handed spirits are those so-called, you know, what people call demons. You see, and those demons, you know, they can jump on a brother, and you know, you might be doing the best that you can, you know, according to the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, doing the best that you can. But hey, ultimately, what happened to Job? All right, Job was a righteous man. All right, but those spirits, they ended up messing him up. All right, so Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai sends those spirits to further your belief. All right, to strengthen you. You see, and that's mainly to the elect. All right, because he may send those spirits to somebody that's not, you know, that's not part of the elect, man. And what's gonna end up happening is that person's gonna end up falling out or bugging out or bucking up. All right. So that's why it's real important, man. Real important to be watching your like you're on eggshells, basically, man. Without the, you know, the feeling of what's that word being you know, man, I can't think of that word. To feel entrapped, all right? Without that feeling of being entrapped, without that feeling of being asphyxiated, choked, all right? What I'm saying is walking on eggshells in this truth, because there's fine lines in everything that we do. You see? There's fine lines, man. You know, for instance, the commandment that we're not to eat pork. Yeah, we're not supposed to eat pork, man. But in this life, in this lifetime, everything is defiled, all right? So there's gonna be some things that we consume that are abominations. All right. So what's up to us is to use the best discretion to follow the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability. All right. So, you know, like Yahweh Shai said, those things that enter a man don't defile a man. That doesn't mean you can go off and start eating pork and start doing all this wickedness. All right, we still have to follow after the law, statutes, and commandments. All right, and that's why we're out here preaching to our people, the Negroes, Latinos, and the Native Americans. All right, so they can know who their true power is. You see, coming back to a true power. And once you realize that you're an Israelite, all right, it doesn't end there. It doesn't stop there. All right, it's continually building yourself up, man. Continually being a brother. All right, like they always say in this world, you have to be a good follower to be a good leader. All right, and Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is not making a bunch of, you know, a bunch of little robots that are just yes men. All right, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is making a bunch of leaders, man, through the guidelines of Yahweh the Most High. You see, so you know it's commanded of us to be brotherly, to love each other. All right, the ones that are in this truth. You see, now, given we're going to keep the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability, so that means the rest of the nations are going to see some of that love, all right, but that love is mainly between the brotherhood. That's why they said, and they will find out that you are of my people, all right, because of that strangeness. Yo, why do you guys salute each other like that all the time, man? Why are you guys always so close, man? It's because we're brothers, man. Oh, you guys are brothers for sure. Okay, yeah, I can see that. All right, even though me and the brother might not really look like each other, maybe we do. I don't know, you know. But the people see that type of love, man. You see, so they want to know why. Why? And that's because we're in this truth, man. Because we're striving for the hopeful elect. You see, and it's commanded of us to be brotherly, and not just because it's commanded, but because that's how you feel, man. You feel that love, that connection. You see, that trust. So let me start it off. You know what? Let me go to the law. First off, let me go to Revelations 14. You know, just to prove that we have to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, man. So this is Revelations chapter 14 and verse, let me see. Salakia, I was way off. Revelations 14 and on this side. 14 and 12. This is Revelations 14 and 12. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of Yahweh in the faith of Yahushua. All right, so we have to have faith in the Most High that what we're doing is the right thing, man. And what we're doing is the right thing. All right. Here at Great Millstone, we have sincere brothers. All right, that's what we always say to the sincere brothers that are pushing this word in sincerity and in truth. All right, because what's more sincere than the truth, man? All right, what's more truth than the truth? You see, what gets higher than the Most High? Nothing. All right, so the Most High's truth is it. You see that there is no buts, ifs, or what. There's nothing about it, man. You either follow it or you don't. All right, like Yahushua said, either you're with me or you're against me. Simple as that. There's no lukewarm. All right, you can't be in the middle. Well, you know, if I stand over here and I say I'm for Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, but I don't show that I am, and I say I agree with these guys sometimes, but I'm not really with them. That doesn't mean I'm with them. No, man, you can't be partial. All right, what is that parable? A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. All right, you have to make sure you're not unstable, man. You have to make sure that you're following Yahweh Hashem Yahushua to the best of your ability, or to the best of the lot that was given to you, man. You know. So it says, let me read that again. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of Yahweh and the faith of Yahushua. All right. So what are the commandments of the Most High? Let's go to Exodus chapter 20. And I'm going to start off at verse 12. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which Yahweh thy power giveth thee. All right, these are the commandments of the Most High Yahweh. All right, honor thy father and mother. Now, does that mean literally your mother and father? Yes. All right, yes, literally your mother and father, honor them. But, you know, don't overdo stuff. You see, like that Mother's Day, Father's Day. That should be an everyday thing where you honor your mother and father, man. But most importantly, well, who is it talking about? All right. So from there, let me go to Luke 8 and 21. It's a lot of documents. It's starting to rain out here. I might have to just use my digital sword, you know. So this is Luke chapter 8, verse 21. It says, actually Luke 8 and 19. Then came to him, all right, Yahushua, the Lord, then came to him his mother and his brethren, and could not come at him for the press. All right, so there was a lot of people gathered around Yahushua, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. All right, and the people said, "Hey, your mother and your brothers are here." All right, and it says verse 20, and it was told him by certain which said, "Thy mother and thy brethren stand without, desiring to see thee." All right, and he answered and said unto him, "My mother and my brethren are these which hear the word of Yahweh and do it." So those are your mother, your father, your brethren, your sisters. All right, that's your family. The brothers that are doing the work in the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. All right, so it's not just everybody. You see, yeah, you show love a certain way to everybody, but that much more you do it to the little ones. All right, to the followers of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, to a godly man. You see? So let me go back to Exodus 20 and verse 12. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which Yahweh thy power giveth thee. Now, yeah, we honor our father and our mother to the, our bloodly mother and father, worldly, biological. But also, we honor the brotherhood. All right, the brothers, the ones out there laboring for this truth, for the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. All right, verse 13, thou shalt not kill. All right, that's something very simple, man. In these times right now, it's all the way around. You see, it's not just murder, which that word kill, that's what that means. Yeah, thou shalt not murder. All right, because if it was bad, then Moses, all right, he would have been in big trouble for slaying that Egyptian. All right, but he saw that his Israelite fellow was being hurt by that Egyptian. That's why Moses did what he did. But nowadays, it's really counted as everything, murder or kill. You can't do any of that. In the scriptures, it tells you if you see a gay person, all right, a sodomite, you're supposed to put him to death. Now, do we do that nowadays? No, that's going off. All right, that's going off of what the doctrine is, man. You're supposed to be spiritual, not carnal. All right, you see a lesbian, you're supposed to slay them too. Now, do we do that? No, that's going off. All right, you're supposed to be spiritual. You see? Now, in the kingdom of heaven, is there going to be lesbians and gays? Hell no. That's unrighteous. All right? There's not going to be lesbian or gays in the kingdom of heaven. Come on, man. It tells you in the scriptures that the Most High never changes. All right? The Son never changes. And if they hated iniquity, if they hated homosexuality, what makes you think that in the kingdom of heaven they're going to be accepted? Now, you know what? That's 2 Corinthians. So I get 2 Corinthians 6 and 9. Oh, 1 Corinthians, I like it. 1 Corinthians chapter 6. Verse 9. 1 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 9. All right. Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of our power Yahweh? Be not deceived. And that's what all these people are, man. They're deceived. They're being unrighteous and saying, yeah, we can still make it to heaven, I believe. Come on, man. It says, neither fornicators nor idolaters, all right, fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind, nor thieves, no covetous, nor drunkards, nor revilers, nor extortioners shall inherit the kingdom of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. All right? So straight to the point, just like that. You see? So when it says thou shalt not kill, nowadays we see a faggot, and yeah, we ain't gonna kill him because vengeance belongs to the Most High. You see? But mainly that includes to the brotherhood. All right, so this is Matthew chapter 5. You know, good thing it's still sprinkling. Matthew chapter 5. It's a lot. Verse 17. Matthew 5 and 17. Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law, till all be fulfilled. Whosoever therefore shall break one of the least commandments and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. All right? So it's letting you know that the kingdom of heaven is not going to inherit wickedness. The kingdom of heaven is not for everybody. All right? If you're so used to the wickedness of this world, then guess what? More than likely, you're not going to make it. Now, it's all according to the mercy and the grace that Yahweh Hashem Yahushai bestows upon you. All right? That he gives you. That he allows you to receive. You see? But when it says thou shalt not kill, that's applied to the brotherhood. All right? Thou shalt not kill. You don't look at your brother with hate. You don't look at him like, man, he's an elder. I wish something bad happened to him so I could become an elder. You don't wish wickedness upon your brother, man. All right? Like the scriptures say, man. Love knoweth no ill to his neighbor, man. And that's how it should be. All right? Love doesn't commit adultery. Love doesn't look at his neighbor and says, man, this nigga right here, all right? That's a brother. You're supposed to respect your brother with the utmost respect that is bestowed upon you. You see? So going back to Exodus 20 and verse... Salakia, let me go back to Matthew 5:21. Matthew chapter 5 verse 21. Ye have heard that it was said by them of old time, thou shalt not kill, and whosoever shall kill shall be in danger of judgment. All right, thou shalt not kill really means murdering. All right, but even nowadays, like I was explaining, it says, but I say unto you that whosoever is angry with his brother without cause shall be in danger of the judgment, and whosoever shall say to his brother Rakah shall be in danger of the council. Now that word Rakah, all right, in verse 22 is a reproach. All right, a reproach, senseless, empty-headed man. So if you call your brother an idiot out of anger, hey, you better watch yourself, because you might end up getting kicked out, and seeing that hellfire means seeing the ICBM missiles coming straight for your ass, man. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua might have it to the point where if you were in this truth and you went up against an elder, a brother, all right, calling him out, talking a bunch of wickedness to him, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua might have it to where he makes you fall out in the day of judgment, all right? The day when those ICBM missiles hit, he might have you yawning, looking up at the skies as that ICBM missiles coming straight for your ass, man. That's how cold Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is, man. And that's how serious it is to offend a brother. All right? That's how serious it is to offend a brother, man. You know? It says, but whosoever shall say, thou fool, shall be in danger of hellfire. You see? Therefore, if thou bring thy gift to the altar, and there rememberest that thy brother hath aught against thee, leave there thy gift before the altar, and go thy way, first reconciled to thy brother, and then come and offer thy gift. All right? So if you're going out to the highways and the hedges and you're having problems with the brotherhood, first reconcile yourself with that brother, man, before you're offering yourself out in the open, man. You see? Being part of the brotherhood is important, man. You know, the book of Luke, when the Lord went into the Simon the Pharisee, all right, that scribe, when he went into that scribe's house, and that woman being a sinner, and that Pharisee being supposedly a teacher of the scriptures, all right, he was a teacher. That sinner, she came into the house, and she was she was showing love to Yahushua. She was cleaning his feet with her tears, wiping it with her hair, and then she would anoint his feet with oil. And that scribe, instead of being like, man, I should have done the same thing, man. I should have done the same thing. You know what, Adawan, Lord, Salakia. Start helping him, start doing the same thing. But instead, he looked at that woman and he was like, doesn't this man know that this woman is a sinner? And Yahushua, knowing, he told him, and he was like, hey, if a man owes another man $500, and then another man owes him $15, $5, and he tells both of them, you know what, it's forgiven, y'all don't have to pay me back. Which one of them two is gonna love that man more? And that Pharisee, that scribe, Simon said, well, I believe it would be the one that owes more. And he said, exactly, thou judgest right. All right, that's exactly what it is. The one that owes more is the one that loves more. The one that you forgive more to is the one that loves you more than the other one. You see? So that woman, she was more righteous than that Pharisee and that scribe Simon, because she believed in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua and showing love. You see? So it doesn't matter how hard you go in the truth. To a certain extent. It doesn't matter how hard you're into the scriptures and how much you know and yo, I know the whole law and I can do this, and that. Hey, if you don't have faith, love, and that mercy, then guess what? More than likely you ain't. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua ain't gonna be dealing with you, man. You see? You have to learn how to humble yourself. Oh man, this brother just came in, man. I ain't gonna humble myself to that brother. You see? Humbling yourself, man. So going back, it says, verse 25 in Matthew 5, agree with thy adversary quickly whilst thou art in the way with him, lest at any time thy adversary deliver thee to the judge, and the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into prison. Verily I say unto thee, thou shalt by no means come out thence till thou hast paid the outmost farthing. Alright? But also, in this truth, being with a brother. If you're supposed to agree with an adversary immediately, alright? Agree with thine adversary immediately is what the scriptures say. That's a command. That's a precept. Alright, that's a law. That's something that we're supposed to do. Agree with thine adversary immediately, lest he deliver thee to the judge, and the judge deliver thee to the officer. So if you're supposed to do that with your adversary and agree to your adversary, how much more to your brother? You're supposed to agree with your brother immediately. Alright? Follow your brother. Admonish a brother. Be there for a brother. You see? So it says back in Exodus chapter 20 and verse 14, thou shalt not commit adultery. Now what is adultery? Does that mean you can look after a single woman? No. Adultery is looking after a woman that's married. Alright? Adultery, fornication. That's looking after a woman that's married, or a woman that is married looking after another man. You see? So if you have a brother in the truth, you can't be looking at that woman like, damn, she's fine. Alright? If you're lusting after that brother's woman, hey, cut that shit out, man. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is not playing about this stuff, man. Alright? He's gonna send somebody like Daniel and he's gonna find you be guilty. It's gonna, everything that is in the darkness comes to light eventually, man. You see? So if you're not sincere, it's gonna come to light. You know, if you're not real about Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, it's gonna come to light. It says, it says, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness. All right, now adultery, stealing, and false witness against thy neighbor, there's an account in the book of Susanna, all right, in the Apocrypha, which means hidden or occult. All right, in Spanish you say oculto, which means hidden away. Later on, these other books that started coming out, all right, they were named Apocrypha too, but then Apocrypha changed from occult and hidden knowledge to non-canonical, canonical. You see? So now people, when they read Apocrypha means hidden or non-canonical, canonical, that doesn't make any sense, man. Those two don't go together. All right? So you should do your due diligence and look into it and say, well, why does it say two different things? And then you come to the realization that the Apocrypha, the original Apocrypha that the 1611 King James had, that the 1562 Geneva Bible had, is the hidden knowledge. But all these other, the book of Judas Iscariot, the book of Enoch, all right, the book of Mary Magdalene, all these other books, those are non-canonical. Those are not true. All right, the book of Enoch says that Enoch met Noah, when in reality, Enoch was 69 years translated before Noah was born. So then that goes off. You see, the book of Judas Iscariot says that the Lord was a bully. That goes off. The book of Mary Magdalene, I believe, says that the Lord was married to her. And what is marriage? Marriage is when a man goes into a woman, according to the scriptures. All right? But going back to the point, you're not supposed to be lusting after another man's woman. No? So let me go to the book of Susanna. Which is only one book. But it's in, you know, the whole book, man. The whole roll is good. All right, but the book of Susanna, verse 8, and the two elders saw her going in every day and walking, so that their lust was inflamed toward her. All right, now Susanna was married to another man named Joachim. Let me see. Let's lock it. Joachim. All right. So Susanna was an Israelite woman, and she was married to Joachim. All right, now this Israelite woman, from her youth, she was taught to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. All right, so she was a good woman. All right, so she was married to this man Joachim, and he was a rich man, and he had a big old yard. All right, well nowadays we would call it yard, but he had a big old garden. So she would go over there and she would walk by. All right. Now these two judges, they were wicked. All right, so they were looking at this woman like, damn, she's fine. You know? And the elder Tahar, he had done a video the other day where you can look at a single woman, you can look upon her, man. It's not bad. All right? That's why the scriptures say, if a virgin marry, she does not sin. You're not sinning if you're a virgin woman and you lay down with a man. All right, that's marriage. That's not a sin. But if you're a married woman and you're looking to lay down with a man, now that's a sin. All right? If you're a married man going after another woman that's single and she has not known man, then that's not adultery. But if you're a married man going after a married woman, that's adultery. All right? So it says back in Susanna verse 8, and the two elders saw her going in every day and walking, so their lust was inflamed toward her, and they perverted their own mind and turned away their eyes, that they might not look unto heaven nor remember the just judgments. All right, so don't pervert your mind. Always go back to the scriptures, man. Always go back to the scriptures. All right? That's your comforter, the Holy Spirit. All right, which is contained within these scriptures. That's your comforter, man. You know? So being a brother isn't just in word. All right? It's not just saying, yeah, that's my brother right there, man, then that's your brother. That's not how it goes, man. Being a brother is showing love. Now, what is love? You know? Like that song, what is love? What is love, man? People mistake that word for just saying it. People now just say, I love you, and then that's it. But that ain't love. What is love? Yahweh Shai says, if you love him, you keep his commandments. Alright? There was a man that went up to Yahweh Shai and he asked him in the book of Luke, he was like, well, you know, what can I do? Yahweh Shai told him, well, keep the law, statutes, and what do you do now? The man was like, well, I keep the law, statutes, and commandments. He said, do that and you will be saved. Why? Because the commandments are summed up to loving your brother, man. Saying in this truth. Loving Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, loving his commandments, loving his law, loving his precepts. Alright? Loving the Proverbs. Because Proverbs ultimately goes back to precepts. You know, a precept goes back to commandment, and commandment is the law. You see? So it said, verse 10, and albeit they both were wounded with her love. She didn't do anything bad. She wasn't over there showing up. Now nowadays, the Jake woman, she'll do that type of shit, man. Alright? The Israelite woman, she'll do that type of stuff. Flamboyant, she'll be showing herself off to, even though she's married, she'll be taking pictures and posting them up. That's wickedness, man. You see, but this woman, she wasn't doing anything bad. She was just walking in her husband's garden. You see? With her maids. It says, yet durst not one show another his grief. So they didn't show each other that they were inflamed in lusts after her. They didn't show that they wanted her. Alright? It says, for they were ashamed to declare their lust that they desired to have to do with her. Alright, so they wanted that woman. They wanted to lie with her. You see? You can't marry a married woman. You know? It says, yet they watched diligently from day to day to see her. And they one day to the other, let us now go home. Alright, so they said one to the other, let us now go home, for it is dinner time. Alright, he was like, man, oh man. Alright, right when she walked out there, they're like, man, I'm ready to go home. I'm ready to eat some grub, hit the hay, and I'll be out. The other man was like, yeah, me too. Let's go, man. All right, Doc, let's go. Alright, it says, yet they, Salakia, verse 14, so when they were gone out, they parted the one from the other, and turning back again, they came to the same place. And after they had asked one another the cause, they acknowledged their lust. They appointed a time both together when they might find her alone. And it fell out as they watched a fit time, she went in as before with 2 maidens only, and she was desirous to wash herself in the garden, for it was hot. Alright, so she didn't know that those men were there, but she desired to wash herself. Alright, and those men were over there creeping. Alright, that's what you call a creep, man. Alright, so being a brother doesn't mean that you just call somebody a brother. Alright, open rebuke is better than secret love. You see, which people don't do nowadays. They don't give a shit about that. Alright, they'll look at another man's woman and lust after her and think it's perfectly fine when it's not. Alright, It's not perfectly fine. You see? So when the Most High comes back, he's gonna burn your asses, man. With those ICBM missiles coming straight for your ass. You see? So going back to the book of Susanna, it says, man, these damn Edomites, man, you know, the self-proclaimed white man, he's such a proud-ass man, thinking that nothing's gonna happen to him. You know, this damn Edomite out here standing, after I said that it's not all right to be looking at another man's woman, and he was like, well, you know, acting like it is okay. It's perfectly fine. Man, prideful ass people, man. Yet they watch diligently, so like at verse 14 again, they appointed a time both together when they might find her alone. All right, so they were consulting within each other to do wickedness, to do evil. You see? Hey, next time she comes out here, all right, we'll get her, man. You know, wicked ass. It says, and it fell out as they watched a fit time. She went in as before with 2 maidens only, and she was desirous to wash herself in the garden, for it was hot. So it was hot. She was in her own house. She was like, ladies, can you guys please close the doors? I'm about to wash myself. All right? Simple as that. She didn't see those two. They were creeping. It says, and there was nobody that saved the 2 elders. All right? So there was nobody in there save the 2 elders. That means only those 2 elders that had hid themselves and watched her. Then said to her maids, bring me oil and washing balls, and shut the garden doors, that I may wash me. And they did as she had bade them, and shut the garden doors, and went out themselves at private doors to fetch the things she had commanded them. But they saw not elders, because they were hid. All right? So they didn't see anything because those 2 creepers were creeping. They were hiding. All right? They were being wicked. And those were 2 supposed elders, man. All right? But it says, verse 19, and here are the points. Now when the maidens were gone forth, the 2 elders rose up and ran unto her, saying, behold, the garden doors are shut, that no man can see us, and we are in love with thee. Therefore consent to us and lie with us. So they went to that woman and they were like, man, no one's here. No one's gonna see you do this. Just lay down with us. Have us both. Being wicked as hell, man. It says, if thou wilt not, we will bear a witness against thee that a young man was with thee, and therefore thou didst send away thy maidens from thee. All right, so now they're making up stories, and they're like, well, if you don't have sex with us, if you don't lay down with us, then we're just gonna tell everybody that you were being a whore. All right, that's when Susanna was like, well, what the hell? If I don't do it, then I don't sin before the Most High, but in the face of the people, they're gonna slay me. But she was righteous, so she was like, you know what? Do what you're gonna do, man. All right? I'm not gonna sin against my power. I'm not gonna sin against Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. You might want to do that, but that's not what I want to do, and that's how we should be, man. We shouldn't want to sin against the Most High, going up against the little ones, going up against a brother. That's not something you should have in your mind, man. The Most High has mercy. No, it's not gonna work like that. You see? That's not what David did. You know, David went off. King David, he had done some bad things, man. You know? But every single time he would cry up to the Most High, man. You know? So yeah, those sins were forgiven him. You see? But that doesn't mean because sins were forgiven to a brother, that doesn't mean it's going to be forgiven to you. You know? So the best thing to do, man, is just stay away, like the apostles would say in the scriptures. All right? Sin no more. And what is sin? Sin is a transgression of the law. So if they're saying not to sin anymore, they're saying don't transgress the law anymore. You see? Keep the laws, man. Keep the laws. And that's why it's so important, man. That's why Hosea chapter 4 and 6 says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. All right? Because they're told to let go of those old ways. All right? Do this instead. But they don't read the scriptures. All right? Back in the days of slavery, during the days of slavery, Jake wanted to learn. Jake wanted to read. Jake wanted to pick up the scriptures. And the self-proclaimed white man, he wouldn't let them. All right? He wouldn't let them read the scriptures. Why not? Because the self-proclaimed white man knows that the scriptures are about the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. The true children of the Most High. All right? But after a period of time, our people became to that. All right? They got stuck to that way. They just didn't read anymore. They didn't want to read anymore. Then it was made public. But when it was made public, guess what? Even up to date, our people don't read. All right? And the ones, the ones that aren't in the truth and they try to read, yeah, there's some things they may retain. But Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is hiding all that stuff from them, man. You see? And that was actually one of the curses that was put upon us. That's why it says, and they shall grope at noonday. All right? That means midday, when the sun is up in the highest. When the sun is at its brightest moment. The people are going to be groping. Now, does that mean that everybody's going to be blind? No, but to this truth they will. They will be blind, man. And that's how I was for so long. And that's why we have to have that mercy. And that's why we have to be humble. Because Yahweh Hashem Yahushai didn't pick us because we were righteous our whole entire lives, man. He didn't pick us because we were perfect walking among men, shining in front of everyone. That's not why Yahweh Hashem Yahushai picked us, man. You see? So you can't think yourself to be this perfect man when Yahushai was the only perfect man. You see? So you have to humble yourself and realize who you are. All right? You're just another sinner in this world, man. But you're trying to be part of that elect. 144,000 elect men. All right? Which is Israelites. Not everybody can make it to the kingdom of heaven. All right? That's why in Revelations, in the book of Revelations, the kingdom of heaven, it has 12 gates. 3 in the north, 3 in the south, 3 to the west, and 3 to the east. And in each one of those gates, a name. And those are the names of the 12 children of Israel. The 12 tribes. All right? That doesn't mean everybody can make it. You know? Even Israel, even all Israel is not going to make it to the kingdom of heaven and be kings and, be all the way up there. Like it says in Daniel 12, some will wake up to everlasting life, which are the kings. 144,000 and the great multitude. And some to everlasting shame. And those are the ones that are going to be reincarnated through those elect. You see? So going back to Exodus chapter 20, and I'm going to start off at verse 17. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his maidservant, manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. All right? So you don't look at a brother like, damn, I can't believe that brother got that truck, man. I wanted that truck. You're not even supposed to be carnal. You know? If you got into it with a brother because of whatever reason, it is better to straight up to squash that beef, man. Let it go. Humble yourself. Man, I wanted that position at the workplace, at the plantation, and the brother got in it, not me. Come on, man, humble yourself. Be like, you know what? Man, this brother is a great leader. I've seen it. This brother is a great man, and I'm happy he got that position. You see? You shouldn't be covetousness. That's why our people went into captivity in the first place. You know? That's the reason why our people got jacked up, man. You know, I believe in that's in the book of Jeremiah, if I'm not mistaken. At the one Ratazah. Let me get that. Jeremiah 8. It says, let me see. Jeremiah 8 and verse 8. How do you say we are wise, and the law of the Lord is with us? Lo, certainly in vain made he it. The pen of the scribes is in vain. The wise men are ashamed. They are dismayed and taken. Lo, they have rejected the word of the Lord. And what wisdom is in them? All right, these people like to say, man, I'm a Christian. I like to follow the Lord. How? Actions speak louder than words, man. All right, this scripture ain't about playing. This scripture ain't about, oh yeah, look, I went to church on Sunday. That's not what it's about, man. You see? What wisdom is in them, man? All right, it says, verse 10, therefore will I give their wives unto others, and their fields to them that shall inherit them. For everyone from the least even unto the greatest is given to covetousness, from the prophet even unto the priest. Everyone dealeth falsely, for they have healed the hurt of the daughter of my people slightly, saying, peace, peace, where there is no peace. Were they ashamed when they had committed abomination? Now what is abomination? Eating pork, breaking the law, statutes, and commandments, being a sodomite, all right, being a faggot, a lesbian. That's abomination. That's wickedness. It says, were they ashamed when they had committed abomination? Nay, they were not all ashamed, neither could they blush. Therefore shall they fall among them that fall. In the time of their visitation, they shall be cast down, saith Yahweh. All right? So if you're not ashamed of being a Christian and doing all these wicked deeds and doing all these things that you shouldn't be doing, then that means you're going to fall amongst them that fall, the heathen. You're going to fall amongst them that fall, the Edomites. You're going to fall by the sword. That's the ICBM missile, man, coming straight for your ass. All right? So you have to be really careful to be a brother. You know? You have to be real careful to be a brother, man. All right? So let me get that in the book of... Let me go back to the book of Mark, or Matthew, so like in Matthew chapter 5, and verse 27, ye have heard that it was said by them of old time, thou shalt not commit adultery. But I say unto you, that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her, hath committed adultery with her already in his heart. All right, that's why the elder Tahar had made a video, and he was saying, you know, if you see a woman, and she may lie to you, man, because the way that Jake is nowadays, and the way that women are nowadays, the way that wickedness and the way that love is waxing worse and worse, she might lie to you and say she doesn't have a man. She's not dealing with anybody. All right? And say you lay with that woman. All right? You're laying with that woman for months or weeks or days or whatever the case may be. And later on you find out that that woman was married and she did have a man. Hey, the first thing you should do is burn that number. All right? So the same thing happened with Apostle Tahar. All right? He wasn't sleeping with that woman. All right? But he was, that woman gave him his number, or her number. All right? So he said it was years ago, man, and that the elder had called her. All right? And when she answered, she was like, hey, if you ever answer, or if you ever call, and a man picks up, that's my husband. Yeah, so the elder hung up, and right away he burnt that number. All right? You should kick wickedness while you still can, man. While it's fresh. All right, because while that lust is in you, that demon is going to jump on you and it's going to keep pushing you to do more and more and more and more till finally you burn in that lust. You see? So it says, but I say unto you that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her hath committed adultery with her already in his heart. All right, so it's not just the act of doing it, it's even thinking it, man. All right, because before you do something, your mind already thinks it, you know? Before you punch somebody, you analyze, should I do it? Should I not? All right, this guy is fucking with me, he's bothering me, all right? And then you come to the conclusion, and then you act, you see? So the same thing with a married woman, a woman that has been sleeping with another man, whether it be boyfriend, girl, a taken woman, a woman that's already taken by another man. You can't sleep with that woman. And that's why there's so much confusion nowadays, because they think that dating somebody means you can sleep around. That's nothing but fucking wickedness, man. All right? You know, and the Most High has mercy, because he knows there's a lot of women out here that are flamboyant. They like to show off what they got. And that's a bunch of wickedness too. That's out of order. And that's why the Most High is coming back to destroy this place, man. So-called Babylon the Great. So-called America. All right? You see, that's the type of wickedness I'm talking about. A man looking at another man's woman. Fucking wicked, man. See what I'm saying? That's why, if you're in this truth, you should be tired of this wickedness that is in this world, man. You know? These men walking by looking at married women, thinking it's okay. That's why the Most High is going to destroy this place. He's going to destroy every single one of you too. You know? But it says, verse 28, but I say unto you that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her hath committed adultery with her already in his heart. So it doesn't matter if you do the act or not. By thinking it, just by thinking it. And that's why we need mercy, man. That's why we need mercy from Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So just by thinking of your brother in a wrongful way, that's already a sin. That's why we're supposed to be asking for mercy constantly from Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and thanking him constantly and praising him constantly. Because like it says in the book of Isaiah, even with all our righteousness, man. You know what, let me get that. Isaiah 64 and verse 6. But we are all as an unclean thing, and all our righteousness are as filthy rags, and we all do fade as a leaf, and our iniquities like the wind have taken us away. All right? So it doesn't matter, you know, how righteous you think you are, or whatever the case may be, man. We are all as filthy rags, even with all our righteousness that we have. And that's why we need mercy. You see? Continuing on, verse 29. And if thy right eye offend thee, pluck it out and cast it from thee. For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not thy whole body should be cast into hell. All right? So it's more profitable to you if you lose an eye. All right? That doesn't mean literally, oh man, I looked at this woman with my right eye, I need to take that shit out. That's not what that's talking about, man. You know? He's letting you know it's more profitable for you to come to the kingdom of heaven without any limbs or eyes or anything than to be whole and be wicked. You see? It's better for you to lose to gain than for you to have and lose. You see what I'm saying? So verse 30, and if thy right eye offend thee, cut it off and cast it from thee, for it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should perish and be cast into hell. And that hell is those ICBM missiles. That's that lake of fire. All right. Verse 31. It has been said that whosoever shall put away his wife, let him give her a writing of divorcement. But I say unto you that whosoever shall put away his wife, saving for the cause of fornication, causeth her to commit adultery, and whosoever shall marry her that is divorced committeth adultery. All right. So if you marry a woman that is divorced, you're already committing adultery, because that woman really belongs to someone else, man. You know, again, like I said, the Most High has mercy on people and on brothers. All right, but the point I'm trying to make is, you know, brotherly love. You know. So with that, let me get into brotherly love, man. All right. So this is the book of Hebrews, chapter 13 and verse 1. Let brotherly love continue. Be not forgetful to entertain strangers. All right, be not forgetful to entertain strangers. You see, that doesn't necessarily always mean, well, yeah, it does. It does. It does mean entertain strangers as angels, because what does the word angel mean? All right, anglios means a messenger. You see, a messenger. That's what an angel is. Now, what is a prophet? What is a teacher? They are messengers. Messengers of the Most High. And before every great kingdom fell, there was always messengers out in the highways and the byways preaching the truth of the Most High, letting you know what is to come. And that is the destruction that's coming from America. All right? Straight for America. 200 million missiles. ICBM missiles coming straight for America's ass. And that's the way it has to be, man. Because this place is wicked. This place is full of confusion. You see? Everything is out of order, man. You know? Everything is out of order. It says, be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unawares. So some of us, it could literally mean, the angels up in the heavens, that have came down in human form, and they might present themselves in front of you in camp. All right, but also the angels are round about us, man. All right, there's angels round about us, and we have faith that the angels are round about us. All right, and they're seeing everything that we're doing, whether you be truthful or wicked, whether you hear or forbear. There's a report being written. All right. So it says, it says, remember them that are in bonds, as bound with them, and them which have suffered adversity, as being yourselves also in the body. All right. So as you yourself being in the body, these chains of darkness. All right, this body that causeth sin. You see, those are the angels. They're round about us. They might look like humans, but they're proclaiming the good news to the Israelites, the Negroes, the Latinos, and the Native Americans. All right. So having that love for a brother, man, that's very important. All right, it's not just, oh yeah, that's my brother, I know him. All right, because that's how some people are. They might just know you by name, but they don't know you by being a brother. You see? So it says, verse 4, marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled, but whoremongers and adulterers our power will judge. All right? Whoremongers and adulterers our power, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, is going to judge. Like we read in 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 9. All right? You effeminate ass niggas, you guys are going to be judged. All the wickedness is going to be judged, man. That's why death and hell will be casted into in the lake of fire. You see? The wickedness, man, the death, these conditions, all right? All these things that we see in the everyday life, that's going to be cast away. All right, and Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is not going to give us that stony heart that we have to ignore the law, statutes, and commandments. All right, but he's going to give us that fleshly heart. All right, to strive after righteousness, man, being in the kingdom of heaven. All right. So being a brother, man, that is something very great that you have to do. Being a brother, thy neighbor, all right, which thy neighbor means thy brother in this truth. You see? So going to the book of John, 1 John 3 and 11, for this is the message that ye heard from the beginning. All right, from the beginning. This is the message which ye heard from the beginning. All right. So the law, statutes, and the commandments, man. You know, it says that we shall love one another. Now, does that mean that everybody hold hands, we're all love, kumbaya? No. You know, we're out here for Israel, but we're not going to sing kumbaya, which means kwambaya, rise in Yahweh. All right, which we will rise in Yahweh, but we're not going to hold hands with wicked doers. All right, like the brother Yeh Batista has been bringing out a lot, man. You know, he's been bringing this out a lot. Can two walk together lest they be agreed? You know, that's why they say when you're a terrible dancer, they say you got two left feet. You know? You can't walk with somebody that's against the truth. You know? Because, you know, there's ultimately a balance into this life. All right, the wicked are a certain way, and the righteous will be a certain way. Let the wicked be wicked still, and let the righteous be righteous still. All right? Now, when they say that you got two left feet, that means you're moving in the same area. All right? Because you agree with each other. You're trying to walk at the same time. You got two left feet. You're trying to walk at the same time. That's because you're walking as one. But when you got two left, a left foot and a right foot, what happens? You're able to actually walk, man. You know? Because they're contrary. As one goes, the other one falls back. And as the other one goes, the first one falls back. You see? So can two walk lest they be agreed? So if they're not under one doctrine, the doctrine of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai that is found at Great Millstone, all right? If they're not under that brotherly love, if they're not under Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, then you best believe that they're not actually under the correct doctrine. All right? Two can't walk unless they be agreed, man. You see? Especially in this truth. If you're in this truth and you say that you hate this, and that you hate wickedness, does that mean you can have all the friends that are wicked and hang out with them and be brotherly with them? No. All right? Brotherly love is applied to the brothers in this truth. You know? You're not going to go to an inmate. I'm pretty sure nobody here would go to an inmate and try to show that brotherly, I believe in Jesus. You ain't going to do that shit. You know? You ain't. So what the scriptures talk about is being brotherly with your brother. All right, Yahweh Shai had a parable in the book of Luke. And he was talking about you know, a man that was walking out in the street. He basically got jumped. All right? He got jumped and he got robbed of all his possessions. Now there was Israelites that passed by, all right? Israelites that were passing by and they looked on him, and a Levite passed by and he just looked on him. And then another man passed by and he helped him up took him into, say, like a hotel, like an inn, paid for him for his recovery. All right, he said, anything this man needs, put that on my tab. And then Yahushua asked, and he said, so who's your brother? Who do you think that man's brother was? He was like, well, the one that took him into the inn. And he said, that man is your brother. That doesn't mean that you go out there and spread, oh, love everybody. That's not what that means, man. All right? Because the Most High is not unbalanced. You know? He's Yahweh is not unbalanced, man. All right? And an unjust balance is an abomination to the Most High, man. All right? Let me see if I can find that one. An unjust balance. An unjust balance is an abomination. Let's see if I can. Salakia, bear with me, Akim. Proverbs 20. It says, Proverbs 20 and 23, diverse weights are an abomination unto Yahweh, and a false balance is not good. Man's goings are of Yahweh. How can a man then understand his own way? All right? So the Most High's knowledge, wisdom, and understanding it's far beyond whatever we have, man. All right? So if Yahweh's wisdom, knowledge, and understanding belongs, all right, whatever we do belongs to the Most High, and He's the one that ordains what we do, then how can we understand what we're doing is good? Unless we follow after what He's doing. You see? If we're following after what He's commanding, then we know it's good. But if we're going off of our own minds and our own understanding, then it can't be good, man. You know? So brotherly love is something that's very, very important, man. You know? It's not something that is light. It's not something that we're supposed to just ignore and shy away. You see, that's why I read that in Revelations 14. Because the saints, the ones that are justified, all right, those are the ones that are following the commandments of the Most High. In faith and in love. All right, let me get that in John 4. This is John chapter 4 and verse 24, I believe. Khan. It said, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is a spirit, and they that worship Him must worship Him in spirit and in truth. Now, what is truth? The spirit we know is truth. So what is truth? The law, statutes, and commandments. All right? Because without the perfection of the law, statutes, and commandments of the first covenant, then the second covenant would have never been established. All right? If the first covenant was flawed, the second covenant would have never been established. You see? So it says, Salakia. It says, Salakia, verse 23. John 4 and 23, let me go back up. Let me redo that. But the hour cometh, and now is. All right, right now is that time. People are looking for signs all over the place. Right now is that time. Look down. All right. It says, and now is when the true worshipers shall worship the Father Yahweh in spirit and in truth. For the Father seeketh such to worship Him. All right. Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushua is a spirit, and they that worship Him must worship Him in spirit and in truth. You see? So if you're worshiping the Most High, you have to worship Him in spirit and in truth. Because if you're doing wickedness, the Most High ain't gonna listen to you. All right? He's not gonna listen to your prayers. You know? I believe that's in the book of, was it Amos 3 or Amos 5? Let me see if I can find that. Most High won't listen to your prayers if you're wicked, man. All right, let me see. Let me see. Let me see if I can find it, man. Alright, let me see. Let's lock it. And all this damn water. See if I can find it. It says, John 9:31. Now we know that. Huh. Straight to the point. John, let's lock it. John chapter 9, verse 31. Now we know that our power, Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai, heareth not sinners, but if any man be worshipper of Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai, and doeth his will, him he heareth. All right? So what is sin? Sin is the transgression of the law. All right? When you transgress the law, that means you break the law. So how do you break the law? You go against it. You eat pork. All right? You shave. You see? You follow the ways of the Gentiles. You are a homosexual lover. You see that? That's how you break the laws, and we shouldn't be doing that. You know, you're a sinner if you go up against your brother, man, in this truth. That's a sin, because it was a commandment for us to love our neighbors, love our brothers. You see? So back in John, 1 John chapter 4 verse 20, Salakia, chapter 3 verse 12, notice Cain, who was of that wicked one, and slew his brother. And wherefore slew he him? Because his own works were evil, and his brothers righteous. You see? So that's why Cain slew Abel, because he was wicked and Abel was just. The same way in the end times, which is coming, when you guys see those men out there in the highways and the hedges, you guys are going to seek to kill them because those men are righteous and you're wicked. You see? So if you hate your brother, just know that you're being watched. Maybe not by the elders, maybe not by the other brothers, but by Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai. He's watching you. He's looking at you. See if you repent of what you did. You see? So this is 1 John chapter 4 and verse 20. It says, this is 1 John chapter 4 verse 20. If any man say, I love Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai, and hateth his brother, he is a liar. For he that loveth not his brother whom he hath seen, how can he love Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai, whom he hath not seen. And this commandment have we from him, that he who loveth Yahweh, wa Yahushai, love his brother also. So if you don't love your brother, all right, in this truth, if you don't love the elders, the apostles, and that's not just by word, man. You know, hey, what's the best way to show your love to a brother that only Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai can see and not be seen of men? Brothers, pray for your brother. Pray for the well-being of a brother, sincerely and in truth. Prayer. That's a great way to show love to a brother without actually, you know, hey, look what I bought you up. You know, granted, yeah, you're gonna buy the brother some stuff, you know, and that's all good, man. You know, but not to boast about it. You know, to show love to a brother is by praying for that brother, being there for the brother when he feels low. That's showing love to the ones that are in the truth of the scriptures. You don't just go out there and show love to anybody, all right? You show love to a godly man, not to a wicked man. You know? Like I said earlier, granted, yeah, you're gonna show some type of love to everybody because you're not trying to steal, you know, a heathen's woman. You're not gonna try and steal an Israelite's woman. So that's showing love. Keeping the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, man. You know? So from there, let me go to the book of John, chapter 13 and verse 34. It says, a new commandment I give unto you. All right, which really it wasn't new because it was a fulfillment of the law, man. You see? So it says that ye love one another as I have loved you, that ye also love one another. By this shall all men know that ye are my disciples, if ye love one to another. All right, so does that mean we have to walk around and love everybody? No. There is a righteous balance to what the Most High is saying, to what his Son is saying. Like I mentioned it earlier in the beginning of the video, all right, earlier when I was here at camp, I mentioned, you know, people looking at me and the brother because we show love. And they find it to be funny, puzzling. Why do you guys do that? Why do you guys do certain things together? Why do you guys do this, and that? That's because this world does not know what love is. Y'all don't know what love is. Let me get that. There's a bunch of them, man, but let me get these. It says Proverbs chapter 7 verse 2. Keep my commandments and live in my law as the apple of thine eye. All right? So as that sweet thing, that thing you want, keep the commandments like that. All right? And live. How do you live? By salvation, man. It says, Daniel chapter 9 verse 4, and I prayed unto Yahweh my power, and made my confession and said, O Lord, the great and dreadful power, keeping the covenant and mercy to them that love him, and to them that keep his commandments. All right, so that all falls under one category. All right, this is John 14 and 15. If ye love me, keep my commandments. You see? If you really love him, you're going to keep those commandments. You're not going to be partial. This is John 15 and 10. If ye keep my commandments, ye shall abide in my love, even as I have kept my Father's commandments and abide in his love. So if you say you love the Most High, if you say you love the Lord, are you keeping the commandments to the best of your ability? Which really, if you're a heathen, that means another nation, you won't be able to keep them. All right? Unless you come from the stock of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, which are the so-called Negroes, the so-called Latinos, the so-called Native Americans. Those are the true children of the Most High. You see? So if you're a brother, if you believe that you're an Israelite, and you come into this truth, it doesn't stop there, man. All right, you got to keep growing, and you got to keep going. You see? This is James chapter 1. You know what? Let me get that in the blue letter as well, so I could go into the words. All right. All right, let me read this. James chapter 1, verse 23. James 1 and 23. For if any be a hearer of the word and not a doer, he is like unto a man beholding his natural face in a glass. For he beholdeth himself and goeth away, and straightway forgetteth what manner of man he was. All right? So that's how it is. If you're not a doer of the word, you're not abiding in the love of the Most High. You're not abiding in the love of the Lord. You see? So if you're not a doer of the word, you're not a follower of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. It says, verse 25, but whoso looketh into the perfect law of liberty and continueth therein, he being not a forgetful hearer, but a doer of the work, this man shall be blessed in his deed. Verse 26, if any man among you seem to be religious, and bridleth not his tongue, but deceiveth his own heart, this man's religion is vain. All right, so if you're going after strange doctrines and you believe in the Anunnaki and Planet Nibiru and all this BS, you're deceiving yourself, man. You see? Plain and simple, you're deceiving yourself. You know? So let me go into that word religious. Verse 26. All right? It says, if any man among you seem to be religious, all right, which is Strong's G 2357, and it says fearing or worship of Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai, to tremble, trembling, fearful, all right, because that's the beginning of wisdom and knowledge and understanding, fearing the Most High, all right. That's that's part of the salvation, man. Fearing Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai, all right. It says if any man among you seem to be religious, so if any man among you seem to fear Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, all right, and bridleth not his tongue, all right, let's look at that word bridleth, which is Strong's G 5468. Salakia.
Strong's G 5468. Chali Nagogeo. Chalinagogeo.
Chalinagogeo, which means to lead by a bridle, to guide, hold in check, restrain, to bridle. All right? So a leader. It says, if any man among you, back in verse 26, if any man among you seem to be religious or fearful of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and bridleth not his tongue, all right, and he doesn't lead his tongue to be being in holy conversations, all right, but being a wicked ass dude talking wickedness and being like a 2/3, all right, it says, but deceiveth his own heart. All right, that means you're talking outside your ass. You're talking outside of the scripture, being profane. That's profanity. All right? If you're being profane, that's the true meaning of profanity. All right? It's not because you're saying so-called bad words. That's not profanity. Profanity is being outside of the temple of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You see? So if you're being profane, that means you're outside of the temple. If you're speaking things that are outside of this word, all right, like in Psalms 40 and 7, or in Hebrews 10 and 7, all right, and lo, I come in a volume of a book, it is written of me, all right? Or like in the book of, what was that, James 1? Let me check. James 1 and 1. It's lucky that wasn't that one. But it says, and in the beginning, I believe it was John, but in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with Yahweh, with Yahweh. All right, it was with the Allahayim, with the powers. You see? But in the beginning, the word Yahushai was with Yahweh. You see? So if you're outside of that and you're speaking nonsense, all right, you're outside of what the brotherhood is, then you're profane. You see? So let me read that again. If any man among you seem to be religious, that means fearful of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and bridleth not his tongue, and you don't guide it the right way, all right, but deceiveth his own heart, this man's religion is vain. That means it's all for naught. That means whatever you believe in is not the right doctrine. You see? It says pure religion and undefiled before Yahweh the Father is this: to visit the fatherless and widows in their affliction, and to keep himself unspotted from the world. That means don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, and don't let your right hand know what your left hand is doing. You see? That doesn't mean you're gonna go out there and proclaim with a trumpet what you're about to do for the brother, because that's not love, that's vanity. You see? So you have to guide yourself through your tongue, because it's deceitful, through your mind, because that's deceitful as well. All right, who can know it? Who can know a man's mind but the Most High? He knows exactly everything you're thinking, every wicked thing you've ever thought about, he's writing it down. And if you don't turn to your power, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, follow the law, statutes, and commandments in love, spirit, and truth, all right, then you're profane. What is the Most High going to do with something profane? He's going to destroy it. That's why I said that in Jeremiah 8. All right, therefore they shall fall among them that fall. Because if you're not in the right doctrine following Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, then he's not going to be for you, man. You see? He's not going to try and make you you shall be no priest to me. Let me try and get that, man. Therefore, be no priest to me. See if I could find that one. I believe it was in the book of Luke, where it says, Salakia, it was Hosea 4, man. You know, Hosea 4. But, the book of Luke, it tells you, let me get that in Hosea 4. But in the book of Luke, you know, it tells you that if you, Salakia, that if you don't, hate mother, brother, daughter, father, the whole world, man. If you don't hate this world, even yourself, If you can't put yourself aside for the Most High, then you will be no priest to him, man. He's not going to allow you to follow after him. You see? So it says, Hosea chapter 4, verse 6, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. So what does it mean to preach? To preach. What does it mean to prophesy? What does it mean to teach? All right, being a teacher is being a teacher of the law, which is really only given to the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, the true children of the Most High. More specifically, the 144,000 elect men. 12,000 for the tribe of Judah, 12,000 from the tribe of Benjamin, 12,000 from the tribe of Levi, 12,000 from the tribe of Simeon, 12,000 from the tribe of Zebulun, 12,000 from the tribe of Ephraim, 12,000 from the tribe of Manasseh, 12,000 from the tribe of Gad, 12,000 from the tribe of Reuben, 12,000 from the tribe of Naphtali, 12,000 from the tribe of Asher, 12,000 from the tribe of Issachar. 144,000 elect men, and 12,000 from each of the 12 tribes of Israel. So when do the Edomites come in? So when do the Ammonites come in? During slavery. The slavery that you're going to see in the kingdom of heaven, do unto her double as she done unto you. Hey, if you don't believe it, that's fine, but that's what the scripture says. So either you're with the Most High or you're not. Either you believe that Edomites are the self-proclaimed white men, or they're not. Either you believe that Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is truth, or you don't. You see, either you're with him or you're against him. You know? So it says, as they were increased, so they sinned against me. Therefore will I change their glory into shame. And hey, you have to be real careful if you're in the truth, because you might be sinning against the Most High, man. Because you have been increased in wisdom, in knowledge, in understanding. But you have to make sure you kick pride to the curb, man. All right, I've caught myself plenty of times where I know so much, and after a certain time, I'm feeling like I'm walking around like I'm the shit. I gotta check myself immediately. All right, you ain't shit. That's why it says that in Isaiah. Even with all our righteousness, we're still as dirty rags, man. Filthy rags. You see? So you have to check yourself, man, constantly. Because this is a constant warfare, constant battle against the spirit world, man. This is something we're constantly fighting against. You might not see it. Hey, but you'll feel it. If you're in this truth, you'll feel it. You'll feel yourself down. All right? And if you see a brother in this truth that's down, man, you know, be a brother. Now, people in this world, the scriptures talk about people in this world that walk around like this, seeking to be helped, seeking to be praised, seeking to be, you know, glorified. Oh, man, are you okay? Yeah, I'm all right. All right, that's how people are in this world, man. You see? Then you have those cheerful givers, man, which are actually wicked. If they're in the truth and they're cheerful givers, that's good. But if they're not in the truth, you gotta watch them, man. You gotta watch those, dude. Because most of the time, they won't be truthful. Most of the time, they're just trying to deceive. You see? I know a guy at my workplace, man, at the plantation. He walks around and tries to happily give everybody everything, man. But he ain't right. All right? Now, if Yahweh Hashem Yahushai decides to make that man a follower of him, then that's what it'll be. You know? That's not up to me. I can't be like, man, I want that man to be a follower of the Lord. That's not up to me, man. You see? Just like Judas Iscariot. Judas Iscariot was part of the 12 first apostles, the first 12 followers of the Lord. Eventually, he fell out. He was not sincere about it, man. And he was found to be unsincere. All right? And he ended up hanging himself on a tree. See? So being sincere, man, all right? That's why the scriptures say, rent your heart and not your garments. Walking around like, I'm a sinner, Lord. I'm sorry. And then the next day you're doing the same shit again. He was like, you know what? You ain't got to show. You ain't got to show because I know. All right? But instead, keep it to yourself and start cutting away that old man. Being reborn in this truth doesn't mean, oh, now I know that I'm an Israelite. I'm born again. No, man. You know, there's certain things to being an Israelite, man. And that's following after the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You see? It's not all about love and always loving and always, you know, to the brotherhood. Yes, you do have to love the brothers, man. That's something very important. You know? Feeding the flock, that's part of love. That's part of the love, man. Feeding the flock, the elect. That's part of that brotherly love. That's what Yahweh Shai told, let me get that actually. All right. This is John 21:17. He said unto him the third time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? Peter was grieved because he said unto him the third time, lovest thou me? And he said unto him, Lord, thou knowest all things. Thou knowest that I love thee. Yahweh Shai said unto him, feed my sheep. So that's another commandment right there. If we love the Most High, if we love the Lord, then what we have to do is go out to the highways and the hedges and bid the people to the marriage. And what is that marriage? Salvation. All right? Salvation. The wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that is bestowed upon you, you have to go out there and teach too. All right? Let me read that last part again. Thou knowest that I love thee. Yahweh Shai said unto him, feed my sheep. All right? Feed my sheep. Who are the sheep? The Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right? The lost tribes of Israel. There's the book of James, chapter 1, and verse 1. James, a servant of the Most High and of the Lord, Yahweh Shai Mashiach, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greetings, my brethren. Count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptations. All right? Because you know that the Most High is dealing with you. He's working with you. All right? All right. Complete this task. All right? Then boom, boom, boom. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, you know, help me, guide me. Turn into Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, and when those temptations come, boom, 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 you go through them. You see? But if you're trying to do things on your own, you're going to be like in those movies when they're carrying that heavy ass rock on their back and they're all right? Because this truth ain't meant for a man to bear by himself. All right? Now you have to work your own salvation through fear and trembling of the Most High. That's why that scripture was there when it said if any man's religion, if any man be religious, all right, which is fearful of the Most High. If any man say to be religious, you know, but if he's not fearful and he's just trying to do things on his own, then no, he is vain as religion, or his religion. You know what? His vanity is religion, man. That's beautiful, because a lot of these Christians like to say that they're religious. A lot of these Christians like to say that they fear the Most High. But they don't fear the Most High if they're going up against their commandments. All right? And to the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that do teach that you can, that the laws, statutes, and commandments are done away with, they're going to be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. Because Israel will still be saved. You see, they're still going to come back and see that joy, but from that shame. You know? So that's the wisdom, that's the knowledge, that's the understanding of the scriptures. That's what the Most High has told us to go out to the highways and the hedges to preach, to teach, to prophesy. You see? It's not given to everybody, you know? So if you think to be an Israelite, that's what you have to do, man. All right? So going to Romans, Romans 9. Oops. Romans chapter 9, verse 1. I say the truth in Mashiach, I lie not. My conscience also bearing me witness in the Holy Spirit, that I have great heaviness and continual sorrow in my heart. For I could wish that myself were accursed from Mashiach, for my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh, who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption. So there's no adoption of other nations. All right, no heathen nation can come into this marriage. It only pertains to the Israelites, which are who? The people you love to hate. The so-called Negroes, the so-called Latinos, and the so-called Native Americans. The people you hurt, the people you put into slavery. Those are the ones that are actually supposed to be following Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Eventually, all nations will follow and do and praise Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Like Nebuchadnezzar, he would praise Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, or he would praise Yahweh the Most High. And he would realize and see, yep, there is no other power like him. And he found him to be true. But our people are wicked, stiff-necked, hard-headed. They hate to admit that the Most High is true. You know? It says, to whom pertaineth the adoption and the glory and the covenants. All right, so the first covenant still pertains to you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And the giving of the law, you see, law, statutes, and commandments, and the services of our power, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and the promises. So what's the promise? The promise is in Deuteronomy 33 and 26. There is none like unto the power of Jeshurun. Now that word Jeshurun means Yasharawan, Yasharawan, which means upright one. All right? Yasharallah he is a prince of power. Yasharawan is a way that Israel should be, the upright one, the ideal way of Israel. All right? Who rideth upon heaven in thine help, and his excellency on the sky. The eternal power is thy refuge, and underneath are the everlasting arms. And he shall thrust out the enemy from before thee, and shall say, destroy them. All right? So, does brotherly love apply to everybody? If the Most High is going to say, destroy them? No. Brotherly love does not apply to everybody. This is Revelations chapter 13 and verse 10. Revelations chapter 10 and verse 9. So like a 13 and 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with a sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. All right? So he that leadeth into captivity. Now who went into captivity? The Negroes, Latinos, the Native Americans went into captivity. Who was killed with the sword? The Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. By who? The self-proclaimed white man. Because you're not white, all right? You're red, which means Edom. Edom means red, all right? So you are the Hebrew Edomites who the Most High has indignation with forever. You see? So those are the ones that are going to go into captivity, all right? The Spaniards, conquistadors, the Portuguese, the English. Those are the men that are going to be going into captivity, man. You see? So that's a promise. That's a promise that we read in Romans 9. All right? It says, Israel then shall dwell, back in Deuteronomy 13, or Salakia, Deuteronomy 33 and 28. Israel then shall dwell in safety alone. So it didn't say Edomites, Ammonites, Moabites, Hamites. All right? It's not talking about the other nations, the heathen. You see? Because all this love was given to Israel only. So Israel only shall dwell alone in safety, man. It says, Israel then shall dwell in safety alone. The fountain of Jacob shall be upon a land of corn and wine. Also his heavens shall drop down dew. Now, the inheritance that belongs to Israel is the fatness of the earth. That means every single place in this earth is going to be given to Israel. All right? And like it says in Romans 8, those 144,000 elect men, those are going to be the co-heirs to the throne with Yahushua. All right? So they're going to be kings. They're going to be looked at as gods. Just like Yahushua said, does your law not say that ye are gods? I believe that's in Psalm 68. All right? The law says that we are gods, man. You know, Lord willing, I'm part of that number. Lord willing, the brothers are part of that number. You know, and Yahushua brings more laborers, more brothers, I should say, into this truth. You know? Well, that's who those laborers, that's who those kings really are. That's who those gods really are. The Israelites. They're going to become those gods. That's why the Lord said, does your law not say that ye are gods? Because those kings, those co-heirs to the throne in Romans 8, is really talking about the ones that are doing the work in the name of the Most High and the Son. You see? And that's something very crucial to know. The name of the Most High and the name of the Son. You know? That's what it says in Proverbs 30. What is the name of the Most High? What is the name of the Father and the Son, if thou canst tell? So what are their names? All right? It's not Jesus. It's not Jehovah. All right? Those aren't the names of the Most High. The names of the Most High is, He exists, and He is to be, which is Yahweh, the name of the Most High. And His Son shall be a Savior unto His people, Yahushua, which means He saves. He is salvation. See? So we have to let brotherly love continue, man. All right? To the elect, to the brothers out there pushing this word in sincerity and in truth. Not just to everybody, because not everybody's going to make it. All right? Let's see. Let me get one more in the book of Obadiah. It says, this is Obadiah, first chapter, verse 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord Yahweh are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith Yahweh. For lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations, like as corn is sifted in a sieve, yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say, the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. All right, so even our own people, man, like it is in Zechariah 13, 2/3 of our people are gonna fall, and that 1/3 is gonna be saved. All right, so we can't be, brothers to everybody. Like I said, if you follow the law, statutes, and commandments, you're really showing love to everyone. All right, but that brotherly love pertains to the brothers in the truth. All right. So continuing, it says, verse 11, in that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the branches thereof, and I will raise up his vines, and I will build it as in the days of old. All right, so Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is building the third temple right now, and that's a spiritual thing. It ain't a physical thing. All right, so that which was is to be, man. All right, this is the book of Ecclesiastes. Chapter 1, verse 4. One generation passeth away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever. All right, so we know that the earth is going to abide forever, but the generations are going to continue. You see? So jumping down to verse 9, it says, that thing that hath been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done, it is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun. Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new? It hath been already of old time, which was before us. All right? So that which was is to be, man. So the past is becoming our future. All right? Like in the times of Noah. So if you're really scared of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, you're going to turn right, man. You see? You're going to turn to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai and follow after the righteous ways of the Most High, which are the law, statutes, and commandments, and following in truth and sincerity, going out to the highways and the hedges, being and showing that love. You see? So I'm going to end it with this. In the book of 2 Thessalonians, and chapter 1, verse 11. Wherefore also we pray always for you, that our power, Yahweh, will not count you that Salaki, let me read that again. Wherefore also we pray always for you, that our power, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, will count you worthy of this calling, and fulfill all the good pleasure of his goodness and the work of faith with power, that the name of our Lord Yahushua HaMashiach may be glorified in you and ye in him, and according to the grace of our power Yahweh and the Lord Yahushua HaMashiach. All right, so you have to pray for your brother, man, that this calling that they've been called to, that they be found worthy of. All right, so with that, Akim, I want to say shalom, and as always, giving all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakah HaKwadash, giving double honors to the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone, for teaching us all this truth, to rule well, in sincerity, and in love. So with that, Akim, I want to say shalom, all right, and stay in that love, man. Stay in that love spirit for the brothers, all right? So with that, I want to say death to America, all right? Abad Baba, shalom, Akim.